Hello Trailblazers, Eon's little sidekick here. In this video, we will quickly explain everything you need to know about our new DPS for the Path of Destruction, Firefly. We will focus on her gameplay, equipment, relics, and everything you need to know to use her at her full potential. Remember to use the timestamps to go directly to the information you want, and without further ado, let's get started. The first thing you should know is that Firefly is a break hypercarry. What makes her shine to the point of being compared to the best DPS in the game is her enhanced mode. To enter this state, you need to use her ultimate to activate it. It costs 240 energy, so it's going to take you a while. Once you use it, it will work similar to Robin's ultimate. Only in this case, it will be Firefly who will receive the effect, advancing her turn by 100%. In addition to this, you will increase your speed to 60, boost your basic attack and skill, enhance weakness, break efficiency by 50%, and break received by the enemy by 20%. Ignores toughness of enemies without fire weakness, equivalent to 55%. If you have between 200% to 360% break effect, she will do 35% to 50% as super break damage. While you are in the combustion state, you can have a max of 4 turns in that state, depending strongly on your speed. Being the first one guaranteed, and for the others, we must take into account in the calculations that 60 speed will be added at the moment of entering the combustion state, which leaves the following. For the second shift, it is almost guaranteed that you will have it. The third, you will need a minimum of 80, and for a fourth one, you will need at least 150 speed. Her basic attacks are good, but if we want to reach that 240 energy fast, we will focus heavily on her skill, which from now we can assume she is not a skill point friendly. Her normal skill basically consumes your HP and give you 60% of your energy, advancing your action by 25%. Her enhanced skill, being the opposite of the normal one, will give you 25% HP. It will be a blast attack that will give fire weakness to the central enemy. It will do damage taking into account your break effect and attack. Just remember that break damage do not crit. For your talent, you will have a damage reduction depending on your lost life. With a limit of 20% of HP, it will give you resistance to effects for 30%, and if you have at least 50% of energy, it will basically give you the rest, so you can enter in combustion in your first turn. Her technique allows you to move freely within 5 seconds, applying fire weakness on impact to all enemies on the field. In terms of priorities, we will focus first on her ultimate, skill, talent, and we can leave behind her normal attack. For the relics, Iron Cavalry will give us more break effect and will help us to ignore 10% of the enemy defense. Brilliant Stars can be a good alternative, and the combination of these relics can give you some decent damage. With this 2.3, we also have new ornaments like Forge of the Calpagni Lantern, which is basically made specifically for Firefly, giving us speed and break effect. Good alternatives would be Talia, Space Station, and Glamoth. And for the stats, we will treat her the same as Boot Hill, avoiding all kind of crits leaving us with attack on chest, speed on boots, attack or fire damage on her orb, and finally breaking effect. For the substats, we will stick with break, speed, attack percentage, and attack. For her light cones, her signature one is a beast, giving her a massive 60% break effect, and if you super break an enemy, you can receive way more, and it can slow the enemy speed by 20%. Her other alternatives are actually really good in terms of damage. For the 5-star alternatives, On the Fall of the Aeon can be excellent for her, and in the 4-star department, Indelible Promise S5 and Nowhere to Run can be excellent choices too. For the Eidolons, Firefly has some very good ones, but they are not necessary. For her E1, when using her enhanced ability, you will not spend skill points, and you will ignore 15% of the enemy defense. Her E2, and in my opinion, her best Eidolon, basically says that by defeating an enemy or breaking their weakness with her normal attack and enhanced skill, Firefly will gain an extra turn. Lastly, for your best teams, unfortunately in this update, Firefly doesn't have that many to choose from, relying heavily on Ruin May and Imaginary Trailblazer to stand out. On this side, I leave you the recommendations that I suggest and from which you can choose. And that's all from me. I'll be watching you more often from now on to keep bringing you guides in English so we can all understand. If you liked the video, leave a like and see you in the next one. Peace.